Hi, my name's Nicole, and this is Haunted Threads After Dark, and I'm here to read you a scary story. This story is called Something Was Waiting in the Dark, and this is from the subreddit True Scary Stories, and the writer is unknown. Let's get to it. This is my first post and is a true story. I was living in an area in Oklahoma with my mother at a small lake house, and I was probably about 10 or 11 at the time. One night, I'm sleeping in my room when I randomly and abruptly wake up for no reason. This was not normal for me, and I was very uneasy. The only sound I could hear was my mother snoring in the next room on the couch. I rolled over and tried to go back to sleep, but the need to use the bathroom was growing more urgent, so I grudgingly forced myself to head that way. That's probably why you woke up. You had to go pee. The bathroom is on the other side of the house, around a corner and past the kitchen, and finally down a long hallway on the right. So after I made the trip and finished my business, I flipped off the light switch and started heading back to bed. That's when I heard the distinct click of the light switch and saw the glow of the bathroom light in the hallway. Terrified, I slowly turned around to just witness the light in the bathroom start clicking on and off. Click, 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 click. Finally, it shut completely off. In the dark of the hallway, my eyes began to make out a white shape near the end of the hall. It was around my size and crouched into the floor. At this point, I'm frozen to the spot as my mind begins realizing that no one else in the home except for my mom and myself. Then the white shape began whispering in a quiet man's voice. "Help me. I'm lost." Oh, no, thank you. I remember wanting to scream for my mom, but I couldn't. And instead, I barely said, "No." Before this thing starts running at me on what sounded like all fours, I quickly ran through the kitchen and around the corner before running to my sleeping mother, shaking her awake. I remember saying, "It's coming, it's coming," and my mother's eyes going from dazed to alert in an instant. She asked me what was going on, and I saw her eyes look over my shoulder before she screamed. Remembering her scream still makes my blood run cold. Never had I ever heard pure terror like that in my life, even to this day. She grabs me by the arms and pulls me into the room and slams the door. She holds me in her arms with her back pressed against the door as we listen. It sounded like this thing was running around in circles in the kitchen. We could hear hands and feet slapping against the tile. The kitchen had a sliding glass door to the outside, which sounded like it was thrown open, then slammed. We sat there horrified until daybreak. I was sent to my grandmother's in the next town for a while after that and never set foot in that house again. Years later, my mother said she went walking around the property after the incident and came across a small burial site with 3 headstones that each belonged to children from the early 1900s. It freaks me out because what I heard that night was a man's voice, but it was so unnatural. My mom still will not tell me what she saw behind me and what it was that made her scream. She tells me she's afraid it will know we're talking about it and it will come back. This is the first of many weird things that have happened in my life. Well, there you go. That's the end of the story. Terrifying. No thank you. I could not live in a house like that, especially since the mom had seen something that scared her to death like that, where she screamed and then she was scared and huddled in the bedroom with her child. Yeah, if that happened to me, I'm moving. I am not staying there. There's nothing that's going to keep me there. I'm out. So what do you think it was? And do you think it was real? Do you think it was a child? Do you think it was a man? Do you think it was a bad spirit, a demon? What are your thoughts? Tell me in the comments and let me know. Also, if you could do me a favor, I'm obviously a new creator. If you could like and subscribe this video and leave me a comment. I would love to talk to you in the comments and see what you guys are interested in hearing. So if you could do that for me, that would be amazing. I would really appreciate it. And I hope that you have a great day, and I will see you in the next one.